Going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Wednesday. Time to go over yet another week of college football. If you guys are new to my channel, I cover every single game every single week in football. I do college and I do the pros. My NFL prediction videos, those come out on Thursday, so that video will be uploaded tomorrow. But we're going to be covering college football week 11 this week. And call me crazy in the comments section. This is undoubtedly one of the best slates of college football the entire year. I mean, at least over the past 4 or 5 weeks, the best slate. So I'm thrilled. There's some big games. There's some good value games. There's a little bit of everything. This looks like one of the most valuable slates that I have seen yet. Of course, in both today's video and tomorrow's video, I'll give you guys an official whiteboard winning free pick. Got 2 open spaces up there, one NFL, and 1 college football. Season to date, 12-7, about a 63% winning percentage on the free pick. So hopefully I can give you guys a 2-0 whiteboard winning free pick week. But in terms of these predictions, man, I mean, you're getting them from a good guy right now. I mean, I am about as hot as it gets. And I say hot with a grain of salt. This is really my average, and I'm coming off kind of a funny week in both college football and NFL last week. Exactly 4.4 units gained in each. 5-2 in the NFL, a winning record overall in both of those combined. 8.8 units last week in football. The week prior, up over 12 units. I mean, we're talking over 20 units of profit betting on football over the last 2 weeks. How about we go even further with the sample size? The last 5 weeks of betting college and NFL, deep in profit, man. We just continue to cash. I had to take a couple weeks. We took some bad losses, some bad beats early, but I built my sample size. I'm in midseason form. I have all my projections, analytics, all the models, everything has come right down to earth. It's accurate. And I think this is going to be the biggest week yet. Just looking at the slates, I think this is going to be the biggest week yet. Of course, you can get all my picks. I've already sent out some this week. I tell you guys consistently, it pays dividends to be on the text list early in the week because I do like sending out plays early to get the best numbers. But guys, stanspicks.net, link in the description. How can you pass it up? $30 if you just want to try it a week. You can just, commit to it for a month. $89.99. I mean, less than $100 to get a full month of this. We have college basketball in the mix. We're profitable in the NBA already this season. I don't know how you can pass this up. Let me make this really simple. Just over the past 2 weeks, if you took all of my bets and your unit size was $100, you're up over $2,000 in the last 2 weeks. And I expect this week to be significantly better. This is like, I'm so thrilled to go through this slate with you guys today. It's going to be fun, and I have full faith in the whiteboard winning free pick as well. So if you're someone who only bets like $1 just for fun and you just simply enjoy football, I think I'm going to get a whiteboard winner for you guys as well. Get on the text list, man. It's that simple. You sign up, I'll get your phone number, get you on the text list, and anytime I have a play where I'm ready to submit my own money on these plays, you guys see the bet slips all the time. I put them in the videos most of the time. I got skin in the game. This is how I pay my bills. It's not off a subscription. You guys heard the prices, $30, $90. I mean, I'm not getting rich off of the subscription service. It's just fun to have you guys along for the ride. I put pretty big money on these bets, man. I've done this for over a decade. This is going to be a huge week. It's going to be massive. And this is just so exciting, man. Week 11, we got some college football playoff stuff really starting to ramp up as well. I know there's a lot of discussion about that. But with the expanded playoff, I think the conversation's a little bit easier to have. I'll be adding some content, just college football playoff specifically coming up here in the future. Guys, it's really simple. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on today's video. As always, I know thousands of people, well into the thousands, are going to see today's video, and they're going to see tomorrow's video as well. If you can get today's video to 500 likes, I will actually go to the comment section and give you guys not only the whiteboard winning free pick, but I'll put my best premium pick in the comment section for all you guys to have. I'm red hot. I'm locked in. You see my numbers. Get that premium pick. Hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up. It's free. It takes a millisecond. You tap the button. 500 people tap that thumbs up, and I will bless you guys in the comment section with my biggest play, with the very best premium pick I have for the entire week on college. So get the likes up on the video. Get on the text list regardless, man. It's so simple. You get on there, I send you the text. You get the odds. the wager, how many units to put on each, you just copy it. You just copy it and stick with it long term. It's extremely hard. You can go through all my videos, scroll through all the comments. It is extremely hard. I don't even think it's possible to find one negative comment from my clients. I just don't think you can find it. Some people do it short term. They get a week of picks or whatever. Anybody who's with me over at least a month of time is in profit. You guys saw my MLB season, absolutely cooked. We cooked in NBA playoffs last year, one of the best in the industry with that. College hoops, we're just getting into that. You could argue that that's my best sport, so we're bringing that into play. This is the most profitable time to be on my client list. Don't mess it up. Get on. This is a huge weekend. Let me bring up FanDuel. We're going to use FanDuel to go over all the games in today's video. So let me refresh that right now. I'll share the screen with you guys. I just want the latest odds I could possibly get. I know a lot of you guys might even see this close to Saturday or even on Saturday, but I at least want the most up-to-date numbers I can possibly get. So let me bring that up. Let me switch the screen for you guys. But yeah, seriously, guys, man. I mean, seriously, from a genuine mindset, man. $30 for a week of picks, that doesn't pay bills. Okay. I don't get rich off this. That just makes it simply a break even for me to kind of deal with the whole service of getting people to pick. I just want you guys to be involved, man. I've just done this so long. I make so much money off it with my bets that I'm happy to just have you guys along for the ride. And the same names that are on my text list month over month over month, these people have changed their life, man. It is no joke. Let's get into the games, man. I mean, at this point, if you're not on the text list, you got some major mental issues. It is a no-brainer. It is literally printing money. Wednesday, today, 7 o'clock, Ohio, Kent State. I have no idea. A 19.5-point spread? Kent State's so bad, man, but I can't lay that type of points pass. Northern Illinois, Western Michigan, same thing pass. That game is a literal coin flip. I have absolutely no clue. I do lean to the road team, Northern Illinois, to get that one done. But, man, it just kind of seems like their season has already had their highlight. So take that with a grain of salt. Florida Atlantic, East Carolina. East Carolina win points a little bit too much there. And guys, I always blow through some of these weekday games and some of these lesser teams. You shouldn't be focusing on them. You should not. When you start to bet and pay attention, and if you've done this long enough, there is already a lot of volatility when you bet on sports. And then when you go to college sports with young kids and different coaching, it's more volatile. And then you go to lesser programs with a wider range of talent levels. Guys, it just gets worse and worse. You cannot be betting on these shitty ass teams, man. Focus on the power conferences. Focus on teams in the top 50 in the country. It's more profitable. It's more predictable. I don't care what anybody says. App State and Coastal is the same thing here. This is a complete coin flip. But App State, man, I watched at least some of their football this year. Didn't impress me. Give me Coastal at home. Cal and Wake, give me the 7.5. Cal, maybe they go on the road, get the victory here. I do think Wake is actually live in this game, but I'll take the 7.5 points. They stink as well, but they should be able to hang in there. Rice, Memphis, pass. Iowa, UCLA. This one's interesting because the line has already dropped. This was a 6.5 early in the week. It's down under the key mark of 6. I think that's a little bit too far. Now I think we go back to Iowa. I would jump on Iowa at the -5.5, but maybe just look at Iowa as a money line play and find one other nice money line price to pair it with. I think somehow, some way, Iowa does go on the road here, gets a job done, gets a win. I mean, really, with Iowa, can we lay points, especially on the road with Iowa? I know they've looked better as of late, but so has UCLA. Yeah, like I said, I think the best angle there is to take this -210 and find something else in the same wheelhouse to pair it with to get, about an even payout. So that's how I feel about that one. New Mexico, San Diego State, no clue on that one. Miami, Georgia Tech completely depends on Haynes King. If Haynes King is 100% healthy, then I 100% like the over. I don't know about the point spread. Miami's going to get theirs. Can Georgia Tech score as well? I think so. Lean the over. Hopefully Haynes King plays. But with that type of an injury status in a game of this profile, it just makes it hard to wager on. Florida and Texas. That is, we got one of two things here. We have a pretty low total, 48.5. Texas is favored 21.5. Generally, from my experience, this is suggesting that Florida's offense is just going to have a tough day. Getting 21.5 with a total of 48.5 is is insane. I'll lay the points with Texas. It looks like the biggest trap ever. I thought Florida has actually looked okay over the past few weeks. It's still Florida, man. It's still the Gators. What do you think? They just have like slouches off the street show up to play? No. The players on the field wearing the Florida jerseys are still very talented, great athletes. I think Texas is just a hair overrated. But this game, this screams blowout. I'll lay the number with Texas. I think last week Florida was getting up for Georgia, and they care more about the older SEC teams. Texas, I don't think they're going to get up for it. I could see them kind of quitting in this game and getting killed. The 21.5 looks so tempting to take, but it reminds me of when Illinois was getting 21.5 on the road at Oregon. We all saw that, how that happened. I expect similar things. Lay the points with Texas. Pass, shitty teams. West Virginia, Cincinnati, 4.5 point spread. I went to West Virginia, tell you guys all the time. I'm a Big 12 maestro. I spent a lot of time down there in Morgantown. Got a lot of girls. Were they all cute? Most of the time, very cute. Sometimes no. But Morgantown, man, is a different place. This is not being played there. And it is a very, very odd season for West Virginia. 4.5 looks so tempting. I know the win against Arizona looked impressive, but it's still not going to be Garrett Green. I don't know about CJ Donaldson. Too many question marks for West Virginia. Cincy off that Colorado game, back at home. Give me Cincinnati. I'll lay the points. Nice money line too. Minnesota Rutgers. Generally, I like to take points when the spread is 6.5. It's a trap. You always feel like you have the better team under the threshold of a touchdown, which makes it super, super enticing. And generally the games that have a spread of 6.5 end up being like field goal games. Not here. I just can't trust Rutgers offense. Minnesota's looked better as of late. We actually had a bet in premium last week on Minnesota on the road, even in that tough environment versus Illinois, and cashed a ticket rather easily. I'll lay the points with Minnesota. Purdue, Ohio State. How can you bet on a game like this? Sort of letdown spot, unfocused spot, vanilla spot for Ohio State. Could they still easily cover by 50? Sure. Are they gonna? I don't know. It's up to them, and I'm not going to bet on something like that. Probably just look at the under in the game. Pass. You can't be betting something like that, just situational football-wise. Liberty, Middle Tennessee. Liberty needs a pretty good – they need a game, man. They haven't looked right this season, but they need one. I'll lay the points. I think that's a trap, getting 10 and the hook. I'll lay the points. Next two games, pass, trash. Duke, NC State, trash game, but the spread looks way too low. Duke has actually looked pretty good at times this year, but I think Miami was kind of the Super Bowl game. They were competitive, and then it just wasn't flat spot for them. I mean, now that you're getting points, I think the season might just fall apart for Duke. It looks like the biggest trap ever. I won't fall for it. NC State, lay the points, and you'd be much smarter with a spread of 3.5 to still go with this, a very, very doable money line price, minus 154. NC State probably wins that game. Clemson, VTech. We'll see what happens with the injury reports here. If you could give me a 100% healthy Virginia Tech team, then this 6.5, then you don't need it. They would beat Clemson outright. In terms of the current scenario, I'll take the points. Blacksburg should be rocking and rolling for that game. Hopefully the kids don't leave at halftime like they typically do down there. Sorry ass Hokies. Georgia, Ole Miss, 2.5 point spread. I don't know. I don't know. We saw Texas A&M last week on the road against South Carolina as a very, very, very short line that looked suspicious. And it was exactly that. South Carolina won the game outright. Is this kind of a similar thing here? This is a desperation spot for Ole Miss. They're at home, but the stadium's less than 70K. This is no night game at Alabama and Tuscaloosa. This is not at LSU, Death Valley at night. This is a 3:30 Eastern time game at Ole Miss. Georgia, I just don't. They look great against Texas, but they've looked vulnerable before. It is more desperate for Ole Miss. The short spread suggests Ole Miss is probably the right side and does win the game. I can't do it. I'll take the Bulldogs. Give me Georgia. Money line. Do not lay points in a game like this. And if you like Ole Miss, if you're somebody who's going to bet Ole Miss, take the 2.5 or buy half of a point. This is minus 105. I bet +3 is not a bad price. Take as many points as you can get when you want to bet an underdog. Just don't get, this is so stupid. Just trying to get greedy and take a +114 in a game like this. You're trying to tell me that it's not impossible that this game could be 34-33 or 27-26? Like, these margins can be close sometimes. Maybe it's tied and a team wants to go for 2 points instead of tying the game up and they just want to go for the win on a 2-point conversion. Maybe you get this game to overtime. It's so close, it goes to overtime to where you're actually required by rule to do 2-point conversions. These margins can be small. Take the points if you like a dog. People are way too greedy. I hear a lot of people always say, like, I want to tack the plus money. Why? It's not fucking baseball. Like, you don't do that. You don't do that. In baseball, sure, you take your shots at the money line price. Not in football, man. Take the points if you can get them, if you like the dog. Iowa State, Kansas, that's a trap line if I've ever seen one. I know we're all expecting the bounce back. I don't buy it. Kansas is still talented. In fact, this is a 2.5, but guess what, guys? This is actually the whiteboard free pick. There is a 3 out there. Just check the odds, not on FanDuel, but on the other books. Most of them are 3s. And that's what we're going with. I'll give you the betting splits for this as well. Quite impressive. It is early in the week, but we're looking at only half of the tickets. Only 51% of bets on the spread have come in on the Jayhawks. Almost 75% of the money. I'm sorry. It's the public squares that think this Iowa State team is just going to bounce back. I don't buy it. I think they kind of stink. I think their season is pretty much downhill from here. Ranked opponent, minus 2.5 in a bounce back spot? No, thank you. Jayhawks win the game outright. I'll take the points. Michigan, Indiana, 13.5 here. This looks like a trap as well, but I can't do it. Indiana's overrated, and they're going to get absolutely fucked up by Ohio State. But this is just a bad spot. Michigan, if it wasn't Oregon the previous week, I might take a shot with them here. But man, that team sucks, and they really need a full crowd at the big house to rally them and give them extra energy to kind of make up for the lack of talent. In this spot, I can't do it. This is either lay the points or pass, and I think passing is extremely smart. It wouldn't shock me at all if this did end up being like a 10-point win. Indiana is extremely overrated. They'll lose their first game in the playoff if they do make it that far. Next 2 games are horrible, so we're going to pass them. And that one's horrible as well. However, I would lay the points with Tulane. That's a huge number, but they're at home. They should get that job done. Colorado, Texas Tech, 3.5 is too much, too physical, too good of a running back. Slow down the game. If Colorado's offense isn't on the field, it hurts them. And I think that's what we see here. I think we see longer drives for Texas Tech. They have a great crowd, a great fan base, pretty good home environment. Afternoon game in Texas. Yeah, I mean, Colorado, man, they've overachieved. They're doing way better than I thought. They're ranked. I mean, I never thought that would happen this year. 3.5 on the road in Lubbock. No. I'll take the 3.5. Next game, pass. Next game, I would say pass, but it's too big. I'll at least give you some opinion. How do you not take Vandy here? South Carolina just beat Texas A&M on the road, and now with the team that still has a suspect offense, you're at Vandy laying points. The disrespect just continues. This is just insane. I mean, you could say it's the biggest trap line ever. The fact that South Carolina just beat Texas A&M. They are not the ranked team. Vandy is ranked, and yet they're on the road, and they're favored 3 and a hook just based on the line. Everything points to South Carolina covering. I still can't do it. I will be a sucker and take the points. That's Vandy or pass. Jacksonville State, Louisiana Tech. I think J-State wins that game. I don't know if I could lay the points. Sketchy game, pass. Next game, pass. Next game, pass. Trash. Oklahoma State, TCU, a 10.5 point spread. 10.5 point spread. You figure Oklahoma State's just about quit. You figured they've just about quit. You can't bet on them, but you can't lay 10.5 with TCU. God, that one's brutal. I think I'll lay the points if I had a gun to my head, just because you can't. In Stillwater, if there was a big ranked opponent in town, maybe that would be enough to rally the troops. they might just quit in this game and get blasted. I'll lay the points. UCF, Arizona State. Can't trust UCF. I just can't trust them. I've given them opportunities in exact situations like this. Sometimes they've been close, couldn't come through. Can't do it. Arizona State, money line it, take the points out of the equation. This game will be damn close. But I also think this is a great example. Look at the money line, 154. What did I show you earlier in this video? A money line that was just about the exact same price, but the spread was 3.5. So to get the money line in that other game made a lot more sense. Yeah, just don't be afraid of cheap money lines. Mississippi State, Tennessee. Lay it. Bama LSU. Here's a big one. Bama LSU. Look. Brian Kelly. Home night games in Death Valley. He's undefeated. It was 12-0. The trend was 12-0 going into the Ole Miss game. Should they have lost that game? Yeah, you could argue that. But now they're 13-0. The trend continues. I mean, Alabama, man, it's just not the same thing. It's just not the same. Who are they to lay points on the road? I don't know why that just changed. That's odd. Who are they to lay points on the road against LSU? Who's coming off a law? I mean, no, absolutely not. No. LSU, take the 2.5, but LSU's winning this game. I expect the trend to continue. LSU be focused here. I can't trust Alabama. Tigers. What do they say? Grauk Tiger? Gur Tiger? I can't do it. Not from Louisiana. Tigers are winning that one. Florida State, Notre Dame. Interesting. 25.5. 25.5. That's wild. Does Notre Dame really give a shit? Notre Dame just has to win at this point. They win their games, take care of business, get in the playoff, and then they can start what they really want to do. 25.5 is too much. No way I could lay that against Florida State. But there is no way you could ever convince me to bet Florida State in this spot. But look at the total. 25.5 and a total of 42. Yikes. That's a pass. Oklahoma, Missouri, wrong team's favored. Missouri has been unbelievably disappointing. But what? Just because Oklahoma blasts a team from Maine that now they can lay points on the road? Give me Mizzou. That's an upset. Virginia, Pitt. Give me the 7.5. Virginia's a scrappy team. Just because Pitt finally dropped one doesn't mean they're going to bounce back by margin. Maybe they do their classic win with smoke and mirrors and squeak out a win here. I don't think it'll be by 2 possessions, so I'll take the points with Virginia. Washington, Penn State. Washington is so capable of pulling off this upset. I know Penn State off that Ohio State game, you think it's an easy bounce back. They're going to kill their next opponent. Washington's very talented, and without, brutal interceptions, pick six, terrible special teams, multiple missed fourth downs, when they could have just took field goals. Washington should have went on the road and beat Indiana. They can definitely beat Penn State here, but they're not. They just continue to make those stupid mistakes. That's not a team I'm willing to bet on. But can Penn State win by margin? I'll take the 13.5 with Washington. If they're actually focused and play a clean game, they win that game outright. That could be the huge upset of the week. Nevada, Boise State, absolute blowout inbound. I just don't know if it'll get to 24.5. If it was somewhere in the teens, I'd lay the points. At that number, it's a pass. UNLV, Hawaii, pass. Fresno, Air Force, pass. BYU and Utah, that's probably an upset. BYU is a significantly better team. Utah is just totally fallen off. But this is college football, and this is a night game where the only thing that could possibly rally Utah football is to just ruin BYU's season. Give me Utah. I'll take the 3.5. And don't bet that game right now. If you do like Utah, that line's going to go up. Utah State, Washington State. This is a nice, comfortable win for Wazoo. I just don't know if it's by 3 tutties. I guess I'll lay the points. I just don't love it. I'll tell you one thing, guys. That is college football week 11, and there is about, there might be 10. There might be 10 games in there where if I do my deep dive and I do my analytics projections, all the, look at the long-term trends, short-term trends, just make sure all the boxes on the list get checked. There is a chance that in terms of quantity, this will be the biggest week I've ever had in premium. I'm going to send out a pile. I've already sent out a play this week to the text list. It's actually on Thursday night NFL video with a line that is going to move. Sign up right now. Get on the text list. I'll get you that play immediately for Thursday. Going to be sprinkling these college bets throughout the week. We're looking for another huge week in the NFL. We've absolutely smoked NFL the last 2 weeks. College is just super consistent. The last 3 weeks in college, 4.4, 4.3, and 3.3 units. 3 awesome, consistent, normal, you just you just take care of business and you put money in your pocket. That's what I've been doing for 5 weeks. I'm just kind of giving you guys, the long term, the medium term, and the short term. You see the numbers, man. You see it every week. I do recap videos every Tuesday. You see my NBA, you see my baseball, college hoops, football, college pros, you name it. I'm one of the best in the industry, have been for many years. There's a reason this channel has gone from a couple hundred subscribers to almost 8,000. Hit the like button, please. Let me put that premium pick when I decide my best bet in college football for this entire week. Let me put it in the comment section. This video, I know, based on all my social media, that I'm going to get thousands of views on this video. I just need 500 people to tap the thumbs up, and I will pin that bet in the comment section. You guys got the free bet with Kansas. Let's have a huge week, man. Don't forget to swing by the channel tomorrow and get the NFL projections as well. You could at least make the argument that I'm even more locked in with the NFL than I am with college. But we're smoking it. It is a shame for you not to be on the text list. See you in the next video.